Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler V series of videos I do for the water. I go over there, try food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff. Then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I hope this tastes good. I'm uncertain. Yeah, we're gonna find out together. I don't know, but anyway, folks, it's super simple format. I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna try out food and/or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm gonna yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck, and whilst I'm doing all that, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck and I'm wearing grody work clothes, that means I was on my way home from work. I found some shit to review for you. And that's definitely the case today. I went over there, I got off of work for a little bit, went out and grabbed myself a snack. I just kind of wanted to chill for a bit, and I figured since I was chilling for a bit anyway, I would hit up the Target that was nearby, because sometimes I go to Target, and sometimes I buy Transformers stuff. I like Transformers. No Transformers stuff today. There was one thing I was kind of looking at, but I was like, if I start getting this, it's going to be another rabbit hole that I have to go down with the Transformers, and I'm like, I'm going to stay my hand. But I went around, I was walking around, and they happen to have Starbucks inside of the Target. So, folks, you better believe that, I'm going to take the thing off, we're doing something from Starbucks. Ooh, What is this? Well, this is one of their holiday flavors, because at the time I'm doing this, we're just weeks away from the old Christmas. This is their Chestnut Praline Latte. Okay. Yes. So, I don't know that I've ever had a chestnut. I know what a chestnut is, to be fair, but I don't know if I've ever had one in anything. And pralines, I'm familiar with the word. I'm certain I know what it is in some part of my brain, but in the part of my brain that remembers things, I don't remember what the hell a praline is. So, I'm not 100% sure on what to go into this with, but sure, man, let's give it a go. And we're going to put the thing back on because it is hot. All right, let's do a thing. And they put whipped cream in it, but then they put this on top of it, so it defeated the purpose of the whipped cream. Ooh, that's tasty. That's proper tasty. Yeah. I enjoy the nuttiness of it. Yeah, man, I'm down with that. Shit. So I've tried out their other holiday flavors that they've got. There's like the caramel brulee, peppermint mocha. I think there's like one other one. I can't remember what it was off the top of my head. Peppermint mocha was good. I like peppermint. I like mocha. It's a good combination. The caramel brulee was a little bit here or there. Wasn't bad, but very meh. This one, though, I like this one. Yeah, it's nice. The, like, you really taste like the nutty flavor. And it's nice. It's got it almost sort of like a hazelnut kind of thing going on. Yeah, it's good. I still don't know what the fuck pralines are off the top of my head, but, I mean, if they're in there doing something, they're apparently making it tasty. And it's nice. It's nice and smooth. Here's the only thing. And I only say this because I'm not a big coffee guy. If you watch my channel, you know, like, I'm not a huge coffee guy. I'm more of a coffee-adjacent person. I like stuff that involves coffee, but that does not taste very much like coffee. So I'm a little bit specific as to what I want. To that end, I've tried out a bunch of stuff from Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks, and then just recently, I stopped off at a place, I cannot think, was it like Brew House or some shit? Crap, I can't remember the name of it. But it was like a local spot. It was like a local, little coffee brewery. And I used to think that Starbucks coffee was pretty solid coffee. And it is. It's not bad. But when I went to the Brew House or whatever the fuck it was called, and I tried those. I tried a peppermint mocha, and I tried a warm flannel chai. So if you want to see the things, just go look for those, and you'll find out the actual name of the place. But when I tried that place, it really made me appreciate really good coffee. And Starbucks is fine coffee, but it is not very good coffee. And especially considering you are paying for the branding, you know. So, that's the thing. I do like this. I like it a lot. But when I'm comparing it against the one place where I had the really good coffee, it does not feel anywhere near as special. This feels like some good coffee with some good creamer in it, like a nice hazelnut creamer. That's basically what it feels like. And to that end, again, I mean, it's fine. It's enjoyable for sure. I like the nuttiness. It's, you know, it's a little bit sweet, but it's not so much so that it's like a dessert drink. Still, you know, sort of in the latte more aspect of it. But like with the hazelnut and with the little sweetness of it, it almost reminds me a little bit of like a hot cocoa. And I like hot cocoa. So, yeah, but it's one of those things where it's like when you've really had really good coffee, it makes you appreciate just kind of how unimpressive and one-dimensional Starbucks really is. Starbucks is one of those things where it's like, it came out during the 90s, I think, or maybe late 80s, I don't know. But it really broke ground in like in the 90s. And it, for a while, was kind of considered a standard, you know, to go by, because before that, it was mostly Folgers and bullshit. I don't think that was my stepsister. I had a stepsister. Well, I've had three stepsisters now that I think about it. One I never met. One of them, I don't know what the fuck happened with her, and the other one became a veterinarian. She still kind of lives in the state, I think, so I don't think that was her, though. If it was, I'm not talking to her. Things didn't end well with that relationship. But anyway, that nonsense aside. Yeah, so, I mean, that is the thing with Starbucks. It's like, it's decent enough. It does cost you a bit. But if I'm going strictly just off this, not the branding, not all this stuff, it's perfectly fine. It's nice and smooth. It hits the points that I want. It's not bitter. You still get a little bit of a coffee flavor, but it's not, you know, it's not so much so for me personally that I find it to be abrasive. Because like black coffee flavor, no thank you. But it's good. I genuinely like it. And I'll give it to it as like a holiday treat. You know, it's probably not my outright favorite. The peppermint mocha still probably wins by default, but I do actually like this one quite a bit. But, two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Sure and sure. So again, here's the thing. If you have, for me personally, maybe it was Brewstone, I don't know, something like that. The thing for me is, now that I know that I have that place available to me and the price is comparable to what I can get from Starbucks, and the quality is just a lot better, for me, that's going to be my go-to coffee place. But, that said, there is definitely still a place for, like, Starbucks, you know, because, again, it's in Targets, it's in places like that. Sometimes I'm going to want to pick up a coffee, you know, so I can give it to it. And this is one I would go back to, because ultimately it's been a nice experience. It's tasty, it tastes holiday-y. I'm down with it. So, I'm okay. But, again, if I really had the option, if I was going specifically for coffee, I would just go to that other spot. And I would probably go to other craft spots before I go to Starbucks. If I just want something cheap and something, you know, kind of goofy, I would go to Dunkin' Donuts. That's kind of the problem I run into with Starbucks now, is now that I've been exposed to really proper coffee, it's like, what even are you? But if I'm recommending it, I mean, look, if you're a Starbucks drinker, I'm not trying to shit on your enjoyment of Starbucks. I'm really not. Different coffee for different people. I will say this. If you have the option, expand a little bit, because I think you'd be surprised at what's available out there. But if you're perfectly cool with Starbucks, that's perfectly cool with me. And this is a good Starbucks item, genuinely. I think it works really nicely, you know? It's tasty. I will gladly drink the rest of it. And it has some personality to it compared to, again, like the caramel brulee, which was just, meh. But 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, spend this rest of your year, folks. You go there, have yourselves a truly chestnut and praline-tastic rest of your life. I don't know what pralines are still. I'm just like, come on, brain. You've got coffee in you now. Go, jog. Figure it out. My brain is like, nope, I know the word, but I'm not sure what it is. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do all the time, I know I can't do all the time. Here's what you do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Folks, life can be just bullshit sometimes. Ain't no 2 ways about it, you know. And unfortunately, we just have to deal. I have yet to meet anybody in my life who has been immune to that reality. And the fact of the matter is, when you have to deal with that shit, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you're going to go over there, maybe you're going to watch this video, and instead of trying out the chestnut, praline, what the fuck ever, first of all, you're going to hit me up in the comments, and you're going to be like, this is what a praline is. And I'll be like, there we go. I'll probably have looked it up by then, but I also might just forget. So, feel free. But maybe you'll go over there and take my advice. You may be like, hey, there's this coffee place near me called, like, Bob's Brew Shack or some shit like that. Maybe you go over there and you try out Bob's Brew Shack. Maybe it turns out that Bob doesn't even work there anymore. Turns out that, like, maybe he ran the place, but now it's some guy named Mitch, but he keeps the Bob name out of, you know, honor of the guy and everything, because, like, he was really cool, and he helped Mitch out when he was, and it's like a whole thing, and then maybe you go over there, and maybe you're a writer, and maybe it's such a great story, you write it out, you come up with Mitch's biography, you call it, like, Mitch, a Bob by any other name. Some shit like that. You're smarter than I am, so do that. And then you go over there, and it becomes famous, and you and Mitch, you go on, like the Oprah show. Is the Oprah show still a thing? I don't know. I genuinely have no idea, because I had never watched an episode of Oprah in my entire life. Despite the fact that I believe she was based out of Chicago. I don't know if she still is anymore, but I don't know. Something, and then everybody wins a car. Or conversely. Fuck, man, fuck the Oprah show. Let's get the Ricky Lake show back, right? I actually did watch the Ricky Lake show a little bit when I was a kid. It was one of those things where, like, when I came home too early from school sometimes, you just had to watch daytime programming, because we didn't have cable. So it'd be like, alright, I guess I'm going to watch Ricky Lake for a while until I get to watch Gargoyles and Power Rangers. Ricky Lake and Montel Williams. Yeah, that was the power duo. They need to that's what they need to do. See, I'm always thinking. Anyway, bye.